الأبد هو الآن حدث فني ثقافي دولي يقام لأول مرة في مصر تحت رعاية وزارة السياحة ووزارة الخارجية واليونسكو. بالتأكيد ليه أهمية سياحية هنتعرف عليها بعد هذا التقرير ودنيا السياحة، فتابعونا.
خوفو هو ثاني ملوك الأسرة الرابعة في مصر القديمة، تولى الحكم بعد وفاة والده سنفرو، وله تمثال وحيد مصنوع من العاج، وقد عثر عليه باحث الآثار الأمريكي فلندرس بيتري في عام 1903 في مدينة أبيدوس جنوب مصر. يظهر التمثال الملك خوفو، وعلى رأسه التاج الأحمر تاج الوجه البحري، وكانت توجد عليه رتوش تحمل اسم خوفو لم تعد واضحة اليوم. كما يوجد على جانب العرش اليميني الذي يجلس عليه اسم آخر لخوفو، وهذا الاسم واضح. ويختلف علماء الآثار في تقدير عمر التمثال، فقد اعتبر البعض أنه من عهد الأسرة الرابعة، ولكن عالم الآثار المصري زاهي حواس يقدر عمره إلى الأسرة 26، ويقال أن هذا التمثال هو الوحيد لخوفو الذي عثر عليه، لكن ذلك غير صحيح. والمؤكد أن هذا التمثال الصغير هو الوحيد الذي يبين خوفو بالكامل في 3 أبعاد، والذي يتأكد به العلماء بأنه الملك خوفو.
مر التاريخ استطاع الفن أن يسجل الوقائع ويجسد الأحداث، ومن هنا تأتي أهمية إقامة هذا الحدث، وهو معرض فني يشارك فيه العديد من الفنانين الأجانب والمصريين. بالتأكيد اختيار هذا الموقع، موقع الأهرامات، ليه أهمية كبيرة في جذب السياحة، وده اللي هنشوفه النهاردة ودنيا السياحة.
There are moments in a person's life that remain impressed in one's memory forever. Today is surely one of those special moments. I have no words to properly express my true feelings right now. The one thing I am certain of is the feeling of utter bewilderment. I've always been in awe of human ingenuity and human achievements, and what I'm witnessing today behind me is further proof of those human qualities. The great pyramids of Egypt are the best representation of what humanity can build together and echo into eternity. My heart is beating quickly just thinking of all the past figures that have stood here in awe of these marvelous creations. And they must have felt as humbled as I am, as I'm sure you are, in front of the great sight of the pyramids of Giza.
Welcome in Egypt, and congratulations for participation in this event. Yeah, would you please talk to me? Is it your first time in Egypt or not?
Yeah, it's definitely my first time in Egypt. Not only for the first time in this great country, but here with one of my sculptures, and where? In front of the Great Pyramids of Giza. So, I mean, it's just, you can't be better than that.
I know that you are the son of Anthony Quinn, but you added to me that you are father of Anthony also, yeah?
Yeah, I'm the son and the father of Anthony Quinn.
So a lot of movies about Arab and Muslims and for Anthony Quinn. So is it very related to this civilization, and for that you maybe choose this place?
No, it's
connection?
unrelated. It's no connection. It's unrelated.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to be here. My father was very loved in this part of the world because he did do a lot of amazing movies. Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
So tell me about when they invite you to participate in this event. What's your impression and what's your decision and why you decide to come here?
Well, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke when they said, listen, you want to exhibit in front of the pyramids. I said, do I want to exhibit in front of the pyramids? Well, can I exhibit in front of the pyramids? And they said, yes, absolutely. We're organizing that. If you'd be happy to participate, we'd love to have you. So obviously, here I am.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't be happy to be here?
Yeah, and I think your work is related a little bit. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So the hands are called together. Of course, 2 hands coming together. like we came together now after COVID. The world is coming together, has to work together. It's like the rebirth of humanity in the place where civilization, one of the places where civilizations began. So they're very related one to the other. Also, the structure I wanted to build was symbolically representing a pyramid, but a pyramid of love, a pyramid of working together, humanity working together.
How far the arts will be very impressive, especially when they choose a very extraordinary location like that from your point of view?
Yeah, I mean, location, right? A lot of my installations, of course, are site-specific. Like, for example, the ones I did in Venice, where the hands coming out of the canal holding the building. So the site is very, very important, and you have to be very respectful to where you're placing them and the surroundings.
What about the theme of this event, Forever, and this slogan?
I think it's amazing. I think it was an amazing effort, and I love the title. It really represents what we're going through right now. I think the world is at a crossroads, and but carpe diem, live the moment.
So what could Lawrence and Queen told all the people from our camera, from our message? What is your message could you convey to the people from here, from pyramids and inside Egypt?
Well, I mean, the people that don't have, unfortunately, not able to come here, it is an incredible sight to come here. I mean, the emotion you feel when you're coming in, we've all seen these images, but when you come here in person and see it, it's undescribable. So if you ever have a chance, hopefully you'll have a chance to come here now during the exhibition, or else at some point in your life, you should come here afterwards.
Nice to meet you. Welcome, Your Excellency. Would you please tell us your impression about this event and how far it's important in the culture field from your point of view?
أهلا بك and شكرا جزيلا. Thank you very much for giving us, the artist, this opportunity to come to the Giza Plateau. As you know, Lorenzo Quinn, he lives in Spain. He lives in close, not very far away from Barcelona. And the enterprise who has created this sculpture is also from Spain. The name is 13 Techniques. So for us, it's first of all, it's a great honor. Where else in the world you can, look two different sorts of art at a very special place of the ancient art and the past and the future and the present and the future. The name of this sculpture is Together. Together means a lot for Egypt and Spain. Means a lot. We are Mediterranean countries. We share values. We share the sympathy. We share lots of nice things, and also our own character.
Even features, because you are Mediterranean. Yeah, I think so.
Exactly. That's exactly what I meant there. Thank you.
The importance of tourism for two countries.
The importance of tourism, but also not just any tourism, but also the deepness of tourism, which is discovery. As you know, Spain has 11 missions of archaeologists working hand by hand with Egyptian scientists. For us, it's extremely important to have this sort of cooperation, and that brings many tourists who want not just to go to the beach, but they want to discover more, discover the essence of the Egyptians, which is the ancient Egypt, but also our own essence as humankind, because you say Dunya, and it's for a reason.
You seem to speak a lot of Arabics. Could you express yourself in Arabic more?
I'm just learning. I'm very
perfect and very good pronunciation.
Well, I try, because some of the words are, as you know, in Spanish, some of the words
close to Spanish.
Close. Well, pantalón. For us, pantalón is pantalón, camis. You have also Guadalajara, the names of cities. You also have the name of Fulan, which is someone crossing, and in Spanish we say fulano. Fulano, yeah.
Close.
Very close.
Yeah.
So it's very special, and as cultural attaché, I'm extremely happy here in Egypt. I have the honor to meet wonderful people and also discover the wonders of Egypt.
As of course you are very specialist in culture, especially you represent Spain here on the behalf of culture. So we would like to talk about Egypt as a touristic destination for Spanish people. Is it premier, as they said, first one, or and what is the kind of tourism the Spanish like to visit?
Well, we in the embassy we're very good friends of Dr. Mohamed Osman, who is the president of the tourist entrepreneurs in Luxor and also in Egypt. And I'm going to tell you what he told me, which is Spanish people love Egypt. And not only that, but they come when the rest of the world do not want to come, which is for the heat. We have it's a hot country, Spain, so we don't mind coming during the summer. We don't mind coming during the all year round. So we are.
They are not stick to certain season.
No, and they come. They've in the middle of August, 4 airplanes a week came with the Spaniards, and their people. The Spaniards are very similar to Egyptians. We have the same sense of family, the same sense of friendship, emotions, the values. We speak from the heart. So when people come here, they feel very, very nice.
Feel home.
They feel home. Also, with the work of our archaeologists, they discover more. They discover Egyptian scientists. They discover the evolution of their findings. We follow very, very closely and work together with the Egyptians, and we're very happy for that.
This event, from your point of view, how far it has a great impact or not about tourism in Egypt?
It will have a tremendous impact, and let me tell you why. Because psychologically, when you've seen, there's nothing more iconic than the pyramids. The pyramids is being there, it's in our DNA, it's being there in our memory for thousands of years. Now you have, new artists coming. They are recognized artists from all over the world, like Mr. Lorenzo Quinn, which embody this sort of togetherness that is reflected in his sculpture. So we're very happy for that.
Finally, your message to the Spanish people and all people talking in Spanish language about Egypt, what could you convey to them?
Es un gran honor trabajar como consejero de Asuntos Culturales en el Cairo. Estamos muy felices y estamos muy agradecidos también por toda la cooperación que tienen las autoridades egipcias en los temas culturales con España, que esperamos pueda seguir más adelante, no solo en el Cairo, también en Alejandría y en otras ciudades de Egipto.
Thank you. In English, please.
It's an honor to work as a cultural attaché in the Spanish Embassy. It's a great opportunity for us to cooperate with the Egyptian authorities in all cultural events, not just in Cairo, but elsewhere. So very happy, very honored, and thank you very much. Shukran Gazilan.
Welcome here in Egypt.
شكرا. And
Speak Arabic?
uh,
A little bit.
ما فيش. Forget it.
Just words.
So anyway, go on.
You have history here in Egypt because you have present a work about Opera House, right?
I presented a work at the Opera House, made in rare stone from the Jebel Khan, the eastern mountains of Egypt. And it's been a part of my program to work in the beautiful stones of Egypt over the last 35 years. So I've been coming backwards and forwards, working with Marmonil and quarry people all over the deserts, looking for the finest and the most interesting stone. And this stone here is Aswang Granite, but it's very unusual. It is actually from the same quarry as the sarcophagus of Kefren, which is in red-black Egyptian granite. And this is from the same quarry. And these natural wonders are very, very unusual. So,
as a sculptor, do you think that Egypt is inspiring and the monuments is inspiring? Do you think
yes.
so?
Yes, Egypt is as inspiring as it
What's
was.
the clue?
The clue to being inspired by, well, Egypt is inspiring because it was the first civilization, I suppose, on Earth. It invested a great deal in its arts. And when I spoke earlier, I talked about the energy of the Egyptians to actually have concepts to create massive works that will last forever in the case of the pyramids. And and all the energy and work that went into that is an extraordinarily ambitious concept. So one's bound to be impressed by it. And they're the last really standing wonders of the ancient world. And we're able to be here now and still find them awesome, even in a technological world where we build easily, we can do anything out of anything, we fly to the moon. I think the ancient Egyptians also flew to the moon and flew to the stars in their imagination, if not in reality.
Of course, you participate with your works in different exhibitions, but what about this exhibition? What makes it special from your point of view?
Well, I suppose the uniqueness of the plateau of the pyramids, it's in everybody's mind. I mean, it's as famous as Muhammad Ali, the boxer, or the Beatles. You know, everybody in the world knows about the pyramids. It's the icon. It would symbolize the world to anybody coming in from outer space. The pyramids are the thing you see first. To be here as a modest contemporary artist whose work is very small, it's a great privilege to be here and to have an opportunity of working with a view of the ancient world that I have with Khafren and his stone and his pyramid and his beautiful museum statue from his funerary monument. So he's been a great star for me for many years.
Do you have simple connotation, a hidden connotation, or a symbol from your work?
There's nothing. I suppose that there's mystery. I hope that there's mystery, so it's not hidden. I think to an extent you access it by knowing something. In that respect, there's a term called esoteric knowledge. So you need to know a bit about something before you're going to have access to the true meaning. And I think the real meaning of art is something which is very, very elusive. It's very, very difficult to put your finger on it. I think it's very difficult. It's a lifetime's work to try and find. That's what one's lifetime's pilgrimage is, to try and find the meaning of art, like the meaning of life, or the secret of life. So these things are very, very significant. And the way I do it is by working in very, very hard stones and trying to find ways of communicating how amazing wonderful stones are by showing stones that no one will ever seen anything like this before. Not just because of my work, but because it is unusual. Yeah.
As a tourism program, you'd like to know how far this soft power could flourish in tourism in Egypt.
I think it's terribly important. I think it's terribly important that sort of thing. You know, we're not all Mo Salah, but we kick things around made of stone, and we hope we come up with something like the odd gold occasionally. But Egypt is a lot of inspiration for a lot of artists over many, many years.
Last question, do you have any times to visit touristic places, as pyramids, for example?
Oh, well, I've visited them many times in the past. I've visited many places in Egypt in the past. If they're open, I'll visit. I've been desperate to see the new museum.
The Grand Museum.
2 years.
The grand one.
Yeah, and since I've been working in Egypt for 35 years, I've known the original architect, the Irish architect. I've met them in the past, and the architect for Alexandria, and I haven't been to Alexandria to see the library. There's always things going on. It's always inspiring to be a part of the cultural life of Egypt.
بين التاريخ والحضارة من ناحية، والناحية الأخرى الفن وتطوره عبر العصور، يعزف سيمفونية رائعة ترسل رسالة للعالم أجمع، محبة وسلام من قلب مصرنا الحبيبة. كنا معاكم ودنيا السياحة، استنونا وحلقة جديدة.